Hi, I'm David Penn, Research Analyst with Finovate. Thank you for joining us for our 25 and 5 FinovateSpring Rapid Fire Interview Series. Joining us today is Devin Miller of SecureSave. Thank you for joining us today.
Yeah, thanks, David. Fun to be here.
Absolutely. Now, before we begin with our 25 and 5 Rapid Fire Interview questions, maybe you could tell us just a little bit about yourself and SecureSave.
Yeah, Devin Miller, I'm out of Seattle, Washington. I've been in fintech for about 15 years. I've started and helped build a number of other fintech companies like FinSphere that was acquired by Visa. We actually took to Finovate a while back, very in the beginning of Finovate. And then another company I was CEO of called Balance Financial that I acquired by TaxAct. And Secure, and our product is SecureSave, is my latest project. I'm excited to bring it here to this event this year.
Fantastic. And folks are going to get the opportunity to learn a lot more about you and SecureSave here at the event. The demo, they'll get the opportunity to look at, of course, but also the interactive session that we'll have after the demos are done. So folks will get an opportunity to ask questions and maybe take a little bit of a deeper dive into the technology with you. So I want to make sure folks are aware that you have the demo and you have the session afterwards. So multiple opportunities to get to know Devin and the work that they're doing. So are you ready to get started with our 25 and 5?
Let's do it.
All right, here we go. Starting at the top. Your favorite meal of the day, breakfast, lunch, or dinner?
Dinner.
Dinner. All righty. Your favorite season of the year?
Summer.
Summer.
I'm in Seattle, so it's hard to beat Seattle in summer.
That is true. Your favorite sport or recreational activity, either watching or participating?
Yeah, I like skiing. I'm very close to the ski resort here and try and go as much as I can. So that's definitely my go-to.
That sounds like fun. Your favorite vacation spot or getaway?
Yeah, again, because I'm in Seattle, there's a local area called the San Juan Islands. I know it's not very far from home, so it's not very original, but it's a beautiful spot. It's out in the ocean, nice little islands. It's very close, but feels very far away. Just a cool, magical place.
Not a bad combination. It's time to relax. Are you more likely to read a book or listen to music?
I actually like both, but definitely music is my go-to just to try and zone out and reset.
Absolutely. Let's talk technology. Do you own a smartwatch?
I don't.
Oh, okay. Do you use a robo-advisor for your own investments?
I've been in fintech so long, I think I use all of them, but I'm a terrible customer because I don't pay or put really any money in any of them. But I feel like I've signed up and used almost every product, it seems like, at some point. So.
Fantastic. What's your favorite mode of public transportation?
In Washington, they have the ferry system. So big ferry boats, and it's hard to beat. You get out in the water and get the wind going. So it's a little bit unique, but that one's pretty cool. Although I do like, if I'm in a big city with the subway, it's, because we don't have that in Seattle, it's always fun.
Yeah, true. How about this? Do you own more in digital assets like Bitcoin or more in physical assets like gold and silver?
I like that. Well, after it cratered last night, I think I have more in gold right now than I do in Bitcoin, but it's pretty close. And depending, maybe a week ago, I think I had a lot more in digital than I did in physical, but I have a bit of both.
I love it. Without naming any names, what does your current bank do right?
Yeah, they keep me from leaving somehow. I signed up for this bank when I was a kid, because that's when my parents banked, and I've been with them ever since, just out of sheer laziness, because that's just, I've memorized the account number and routing number, and so when someone asks me to sign up for a direct deposit, then I just keep giving it, and it's been there forever. So they're good at not getting me to leave, I suppose.
The power of inertia. Well, this will be interesting. Then, without naming names, what does your current need to do better?
That call me something, like I don't do anything else with them. They have nothing else with me except for my core. And so usually you're supposed to get like the loan or the car loan or financial, like I don't do anything with them. And so they seem pretty content on just me being a bad customer, I guess. So try and call me sometimes, upgrade me, try.
Really? Yeah, excellent. Who would you say is the most inspirational person to you in technology right now?
Yeah, it's not a very creative name. I think Elon Musk, but it's really just for the scale of his operation across companies and what they're doing. I think they just launched another rocket today with astronauts going to space, to the space station. Combined with just the sheer audaciousness, it's hard to find someone that is comparable to him. Yeah. Jeff Bezos might be the next, but I think just Elon Musk, for sheer audacious scale, is just inspirational.
Yeah, very hard to beat him. Let's see. What's the best city for technology startups that nobody knows about?
Yeah, I like this question. I think Montana, and maybe it's just coming in the Northwest here. There's some kind of fun little towns that are just like unbeatable places to live now in the remote, world that we're at. If you're
Sure.
looking for a fun place to live that is just beautiful and has some good vibes, it's off the beaten path. And there's some, fun little SaaS companies and things and people building interesting stuff there. And because of remote, I would expect places like that that have just unbeatable natural beauty and good internet that are going to be, and Montana is pretty amazing, especially Western Montana.
Huh, very interesting pick. Let's see. What is your most unpopular or controversial technology opinion?
Yeah, that most AI companies are not AI companies at
Uh-oh.
all. It's a terrible example. AI is
Mm.
something that you use potentially, and even then, most people are only using. They're not really doing like actual artificial intelligence. There are very few companies that are actually building true AI, and so at Finovate, I'm sure that'll be a buzzword, and they're not AI.
Wow, I hear you. There's a lot more scolding of some of these AI companies. They better be watching their step here. I'm hearing more and more of that. What would you be doing for a living if you weren't involved in your current job?
My wife and I have been entrepreneurs for our entire life, and we had an auto detailing company when we were young
Oh, okay.
called Dr. Otto's Detailing. Devin and Rebecca, Dr. Otto's. So our kids always tease us we should do that again, which I think I'm too old to do that. But I think a taco stand would be pretty sweet. So our kids
Mm.
always tease us that we should open Dr. Tacos.
Huh.
And I love Mexican food, and I think that'd be a pretty sweet life, just sitting around, selling tacos and beer all day at Dr. Tacos. So
Wow, I can imagine a
I'm
worse
not
way of
excited.
spending time.
Maybe later in life.
Excellent. All right. Well, let's take a look more at the company here at SecureSave. What problem
Yeah.
does your company solve, and who does it solve it for?
Yeah, so most Americans struggle to save for emergencies and to have money when unexpected events come. The pandemic showed that to be true. More Americans than ever are prioritizing emergency savings, and so we have built SecureSave to be an emergency savings solution. It's an app that's available to help people save for emergencies and to help them through those unexpected situations. And we primarily sell through employers as a new type of benefit program called an emergency savings account, which has become the top new category of benefit for most employers right now, again, because of the pandemic. And so we have the leading technology to provide this service. It's a market that we think is set to take off and really blow up. And we're excited to introduce it here at Finovate.
Oh, it does sound interesting. You mentioned technology a moment ago. What would you say is the most unique aspect of your company's technology?
How focused it is, and
Mm.
there's a lot of behavioral science built into it. It's a deceivingly simple product that has a lot of really deep focus and again behavioral economic kind of research built in to make it work really well. And the early results are great. Customers love it, and it seems to be really working. And we're excited to present it.
Okay. You mentioned a moment ago that you're a serial entrepreneur. You and your wife built a lot of companies. What would you say is the most important thing about building a strong team?
Yeah, good question. Vision and autonomy. You need to be able to
Mm.
set as a leader a vision for what you're doing as a company. What's the purpose of the company? Where's it going? What are the problem you're solving for whom? And then give people autonomy to go attack that. There's lots of people that are going to be smarter than you that have a better refined vision of kind of the tactics and details that go underneath that. So if you give them a good direction to march and give them autonomy to go march that direction, amazing things will typically happen.
Yeah, very interesting. Thinking about 2020 and the year that we've just finished, what would you say were some of your bigger professional takeaways from 2020?
Yeah, there's really nothing unique here, and it fits with Secure Save. Is be prepared,
Yeah.
be ready for anything, and but just take every day one day at a time. I mean, you never really know what's going to happen next, but be ready to iterate and innovate and be prepared for anything. But just keep marching forward. It's just life. It's always
Absolutely.
moving forward, so keep moving with it.
All right. Now that's uncertainty notwithstanding. Where do you see SecureSave in the next 2 to 3 years?
Yeah, we're really excited about the overall emergency savings market. We feel that it's going to be a huge market, that emergency savings accounts as a new category has just hit an inflection point because of the pandemic.
Yeah.
We think it's a market that will be bigger than health savings accounts. And we think that we have the leading tech and that in 2 to 3 years, I think people are going to be looking at it and saying, that happened. Emergency savings accounts are happening, and that is the company that's leading the way. So that's where I think we'll be.
Yeah, very, very interesting. Coming into the home stretch here, last five. Are you a cat person, a dog person, or neither?
Dog, but I don't have a dog right now. I had a cat once. Definitely not a cat person, but they're nice. Not for me.
Alrighty. If you were a famous artist, would you be more likely a novelist, an actor, director, or a singer, musician?
I have written before, but
Yeah.
I like screenplays and movies, and so based on my personality, probably a director.
Oh, excellent. What would you say is your favorite holiday?
Thanksgiving. I just the food. You only do that meal once a year, bringing family together. It doesn't have all the craziness of lights or presents or things like that. It's a very simple, focused holiday. It's a great one.
Yeah, I know what you mean on that one. Let's see. What are you looking forward to most in your personal life in 2021 this year?
Uh, I don't know. It's a great question. I think just consistency. Last year was such a wacky year. I'm looking for just a nice, consistent, regular year. I'll take that. So
yeah, that sounds good. We'll take one for everyone. And then last, what is your favorite thing about being a part of FinovateSpring this year?
yeah, just new conversations, getting to meet new people. I mean, I ran into somebody just the other week that I met at Finovate probably over 10 years ago. And they're like, oh, so and so says hi. And it's like, I remember meeting them and having that conversation. So it's a pretty tight knit community, obviously, as big as fintech has gotten. And so just new conversations, meet new people. And yeah, I'm looking forward to getting together in person at some point. But definitely new conversations will, I'm sure, still occur, obviously.
Absolutely. Well, fantastic. Well, that takes our 25 and 5. Thanks very much for playing along. I hope you had at least a little bit of fun with it.
Yeah, thanks, David. It was good.
Great. And again, folks are going to get an opportunity to check this out at our on-demand section at FinovateSpring. It'll be available all week long as well as after the show. And again, be sure to check out Secure Save's demo and their Q&A interactive session right after the demo sessions. Find out more about what's going on at Secure Save. I think you'll find it as interesting, more interesting even than some of our 25 and 5 questions. Thanks again, Devin, for joining us, and we'll talk to you soon.
Thanks, David.